What's up, everybody? It's Jared with Capture the Magic, and with the Universal Studios Parks CEO Mark Woodbury giving recent comments about Universal's overall strategy when it comes to Epic Universe, comes to their future plans, and what they're doing with this regional park model with the Universal Kids Resorts. Universal is definitely doing a lot of things in the theme park market. And really, how does this translate going into the next few years, the next 5 to 10 years? And not only with Universal's growth, but also with Disney and how they are going to be competing with them. So in this video, we're going to discuss how this is looking to potentially shape up, not only just right now, but into the future with Universal Studios, especially with Nintendo on the board, perhaps anime coming into the picture. There's a rumor out there about One Piece potentially coming into the Universal Studios theme parks, as well as some of the ticket pricing when it comes to after-hours events like Halloween parties and other things that Disney and Universal both offer. It's all very interesting, so we're going to discuss all this in the video today. Storybook Sorcerer says it also works the other way when you go hoping for the premium product and then the experience at Disney does not live up to it. Mickey's
True.
Not So Scary Halloween Party has been rough this year.
That's a fantastic point, Storybook.
Point.
You're right. When you're selling yourself as Louis Vuitton, but you're not delivering on Louis Vuitton, that's a problem.
That analogy is perfect because if you're paying Louis Vuitton prices and you're not getting the Louis Vuitton product, then you're immediately going to be disappointed. But it could have been, you wouldn't have been disappointed if the price was lower or something.
Right.
And that's the challenge I think Disney World has, is they keep upping the price by pulling the perks away. And at some point, you're going to unbalance that where people are like, okay, this is ridiculous. And
well, 100%. If I'm driving through McDonald's and they put mayo on my sandwich, I hate mayo, by the way.
I love mayonnaise. Oh, aioli is the way to go. That's the fancy mayonnaise.
And if I go through it and they put mayonnaise or whatever on there, I'm taking a napkin to it. I'll just dab it off. No big deal. But if I'm at Morton's Steakhouse, I'm going to be picky. I'll probably send it back. You know what I'm saying? So, the price you paid dictates what you're going to do.
And my analogy was you buy a Ford Focus for, say, $20,000. And it's like, it's a fine car. Like, it's got the stuff you want to get you where you need to go. Like, no bells and whistles, whatever. You're happy with it. Let's say you buy that same Ford Focus, but you paid $100,000 for it. And then you see, well, what could I have got for $100,000? You're like, well, damn, I could have got a Mercedes. Like, this car sucks. And it's not the fact that the car itself sucks. It sucks in comparison to how much your money got. And I think this is where you get into the pricing and expectations. And you're going to feel like you got duped if you spent $100,000 on a Focus, even though the Focus is a fine car for its price range. But if you pay too much for it, then all of a sudden, the view on it changes completely.
Well, and I want to use HHN as a perfect example of like the confidence Universal has, right? So I have the platinum AP at Universal. That's like the high tier AP, right? With that platinum AP, you get one free admission into HHN, right? Now Disney would never do that with any.
It's the same thing we get in Orlando, by the way. We get one to the premium side,
right? And I love that. And here's the thing, that to me shows Universal is proud of the experience they're providing at HHN, because they're like, you know what, we're going to give it to you for free, because we know when you go there, you're going to want to come back. And next time you come, you're going to pay for that ticket. And that's exactly what's going to happen to me. I went in with the free ticket on Friday. I was chilling with Tommy, Tune, and Conductor. Shout out to those guys. They're awesome. But I didn't get to go on everything. I didn't do all the mazes. So I'm going to actually buy a ticket now, and I'm going to actually do it again. But see, it's brilliant because they get you hooked on it with the freebie, and then that kind of gets you to do it. Now, Disney would never do that, though. And here's the other thing too. Even when you're paying for this stuff, like Oogie Boogie Bash is like so expensive, and you get like not even iota of what you're getting at HHN. You can get a ticket and express pass at Universal for less than an Oogie Boogie ticket. Go ahead, Summer.
No, you're 100% right. And the problem is that Universal Studios completely discombobulates Disney World's pricing model when it comes to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, because you can get a base ticket for Halloween Horror Nights over here for $79.
Yep.
So for starting at $79, obviously more often than not, it's going to be a lot more than $79. It's going to probably be closer to $100, $150. But the fact that it's starting at $79, people already know they're going to get a higher value at Hollywood Horror Nights. So why would they even go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party unless they're strictly restricted by the fact that they have little ones and they're good parents and they don't believe in taking their kids to go see Halloween Horror Nights? So like, okay, like if that's your situation, I totally respect you as a parent. Please don't take
100%.
your kids to Halloween Horror Nights, 100%. But for everybody else,
I agree with that sentiment, by the way.
they're looking at the pricing at Mickey's Not So Scary. They're seeing that it hasn't been updated in since like 2003, and they're like, "Where's the value?" Especially once you've done it a couple of times. I mean,
Oh,
does anybody? Yeah, like does anybody go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party year over year consecutively unless they're not a vlogger? I mean,
yeah. Well, like we went, it was 2019. I remember we went to, it was like 70 some odd bucks with our AP discount. The kids were, we could go as a family of 4 for, a couple $100, somewhere around there, like maybe $300. Now they're all like, I think that's $130 starting this year is where and up to $199, I think is where it goes up to now. And the party hasn't changed a bit. I mean,
Right.
you've got a couple of things here and there, but Halloween Horror Nights obviously has a year by year, like new houses every year, new stuff every year. There's stuff to check out. And, I mean, Disney's going to keep charging more until they don't sell these parties out. So if the customer keeps paying it, it's hard to fault Disney. But on some level, once people stop paying that, I think Disney could be in a tricky situation because some of those people are just not going to want to come back at the prices that they're charging. They would have to revamp that party or lower ticket prices. And I just don't think Disney will ever lower ticket prices outside of running some sort of discounts.
And here's what's crazy is that Universal Studios is now running what's called a premium night, which this year was $50 more than last year. So last year they introduced it at $350, and this year it's at $400. Now, granted, it's got all inclusive food.
It's sold out this year too.
That's the thing, dude, is that it's not cheaper and yet it's still sold out. So what does that tell you? That tells you that people consider Halloween Horror Nights to be a better value, whether it's on the lower pricing scale or at the highest pricing scale.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Look, I've said it before, and for people watching that are not aware, I don't care about Halloween, and I don't like horror movies. And I went to HHN last October, and I had the best time. And here I am again. Like, I am an HHN fanboy now. I mean, for me to not care about Halloween, and I'm at this event religiously now, says a lot. It's a quality event. The food and check out Tommy Toon on YouTube. He's gonna do a full review of the foods and everything. I did a little bit of recording with him, but the Fallout restaurant at HHN was dope, dude. The food was fantastic. Really clever food options and everything. It's just a fun time, man. We're trying to eat our food here, and the clowns are trying to kill us while we're sitting there. It's great.
It's such a unique thing to it is a cool event. I'm the same boat that we talked about before. I hate horror. I'm not huge on Halloween, but I love Halloween Horror Nights. I think it's a good time. Remy D says, have you guys gone to Six Flags website lately? 60% off this, 50% off that. Looks like Temu. Oh, yeah. I literally wonder about Six Flags in the next, 10 years.
Yeah.
Here's why Universal is going to crush the regional parks is because, and we were actually having a conversation with this with Webba and Jay Shearer. The regional parks, specifically United Parks and who took over SeaWorld Entertainment and Six Flags, with their free cash flow, what do they like to do? They like to buy back their shares to increase the stock prices.
Yep.
Universal Studios is going to reinvest that money back into their parks. So what they do with their free cash flow, their behavior is totally different. And by doing this and by continuously investing in the guest experience, Six Flags, unless they change the way that they treat their shareholders and say, hey, look, we're going to invest in the guest experience so that way we can increase the value so people can find reasons to come to our parks over the other competitors, Universal is going to crush them. I think Universal knows that.
Well, and here's the thing. No, they will. And here's the thing. Times are changing, right? A lot of these companies, and even Disney is doing this to some degree with these roller coasters, like, Cosmic Rewind. You have coasters like Velocicoaster and all that stuff, which, back in the day, Disney and Universal really weren't known for crazy coasters, right? But they're starting to offer that now. So when you're a company like Six Flags, why would I go to Six Flags? I can go to Universal and check out Velocicoaster. I can go to even Disney and do Cosmic Rewind. Not only will I get a dope coaster, but now I'm also going to get some theming thrown in there. I mean, that Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is coming to Hollywood. That thing is going to blow away. I mean, that's going to rival just about anything Six Flags can throw at you. I mean, that
Yeah.
thing's going to be nuts. So I think that's a real problem for Six Flags. What are they going to do? Because what does Six Flags bring to the table that I can't get at Universal or Disney at this point?
Right.
Just cheaper tickets.
Right?
I mean, honestly, that they just compete on price. Yeah, I wonder about Six Flags. I actually don't think they'll be around in 20 years, if I were to guess, or they'll be bought. Something will shift. Jay Brad also says the best Nintendo IP for little kids would definitely be Kirby, Yoshi, baby. Yeah, that's the thing about Nintendo. It appeals to kids. It appeals to adults. Like it is them getting Nintendo into their parks is, I think, is going to end up being one of the most successful third-party agreements they've ever done. I think it's instant nostalgia. It's instant generations that have loved Nintendo that are wanting to come check this out to go walk into, a Super Nintendo world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's 4-quadrant 1000%. The fact that all of us, the three of us, grew up on that brand, and kids today that are 9-10 years old are obsessed with that brand too, says it all.
I mean, my kids had just as much fun in Super Nintendo World as I did, and we were doing the same stuff. They got a little game in there where you do you put the band on there and you do these little games. We did that for like 3 hours, and we weren't even riding rides at that point. We're just going around doing all the different stuff, and you see it when you're in there. Like you see families and kids and adults. Like it's kind of amazing to see it, and then what they'll continue to do with it. I think is going to be. It may be bigger than the Wizarding Worlds. I actually think Nintendo is that big potentially. Where
I think so too.
It could end up doing more.
And here's why. To OG's point, why it's 4-quadrant. It's multi-generational. It appeals to the video game demographic. Also, is the merchandise is very appealing. You cannot even play Nintendo and buy Nintendo merchandise just because of the aesthetic, the appeal, the way it looks, the cuteness. Right? My wife, she doesn't play Nintendo. I don't think she's ever had a Nintendo. Okay.
What?
She had to have the Donkey Kong banana fanny pack. I mean, come on, right? Like that's Nintendo's flywheel at work right there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Then you have the movie, and the movie brought in tons of people. You're gonna have a sequel there. You're gonna have the Zelda movies, and video games are the hot. I mean, I'm telling you right now, superheroes they're going out of Hollywood, and you're going to see a slew of video. They are going to go crazy on video games, and them getting Nintendo now, where this is going to go in the next decade, I think is one of the most genius moves we've seen in a theme park, potentially, maybe ever.
Well, and this is why, as a massive Disney fan, I'm nervous for Disney, right? And if Disney, if you ever watch this, like just take notes a little bit here, because yes, Universal's getting into the video game thing heavy, and they got the top dog there. They got the Mickey Mouse of video games, which is Super Mario. Okay, let's be real, right? But Universal is even doing more than that. They're getting in on the international wave, and what I mean by that is that they're really leaning into like Japanese anime. They're much more willing to have like One Piece and things like that in their parks. That's a huge market. I mean, look what Sony is enjoying right now with K-pop Demon Hunters. I know that's South Korea, it's not Japanese. I understand that, but this kind of stuff from Asia, whether it be South Korea, whether it be Japan, is the hot thing right now with younger people. You know what I'm saying? K-pop, K-dramas. I mean, these things are really influencing the culture way more than a lot of American entertainment. We talked about it on my channel recently, and I don't feel Disney is jumping into that enough, but Universal is. You know what I'm saying? So,
and there's massive overlap with that and manga. I mean, like, what 50 to 70% overlap. So if you tracked one demographic, you're just invariably going to track the other.
Yep. And I think we will see. I mean, you already have One Piece in Universal Japan. I think easily within 10 years, you see some sort of anime beyond just merchandise coming to the domestic parks. Whether that's One Piece, it could be another one, but I definitely think it'll make its way, because I also think on top of video games, you will see Hollywood and these studios try and bring that over because it's just so big. They tried to ignore it for a long time, but it's so big now, you really can't.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't ignore it. You cannot ignore it. I mean, imagine a One Piece e-ticket, or it's like Universal's version of a Pirates of the Caribbean style thing, right? I mean, that'd be insane.
Yep. Let's see. Storybook Sorceress says, my family has always come up from Brazil to visit Walt Disney World and added 2 days at Universal. Next year, they are coming for their first Universal only trip. It is happening. I have seen so many comments on my channel from people saying, for 20 years, we would go every year, every 2 years to Disney World. This is the first year where either we're going to both Disney and Universal or we're just going to Universal only. And I mean, it's anecdotal, of course, on my channel, but I would say easily within the last 6 months, I've probably seen 200 comments around that. And I think there's a lot of people in that same boat. So even if they don't go to Disney, maybe they went a full week before. Now they're splitting that time. And that's something Disney's going to feel as well. And I've been saying that, I've probably been on that beat for a year and a half now about like, under that scenario, that's still something that affects Disney, even if they don't quit going to Disney.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see how the whole thing shakes out. I will say Universal definitely has momentum right now, and you can kind of feel the energy, because I'm a big Disney guy. I mean, first and foremost, I grew up with Disney. That's kind of where my heart's at, but I do love Universal too. But I've been going to Universal so much lately, and it's like, for a person like me who is very much rooted in that Disney thing for so many years, I mean, decades and decades, kind of says a lot, right? I mean, there's just that, it's just Universal right now has that 90s Disney energy.
I think we've talked about before. I think they do. I think this is their 90s Disney resurgence era right now. And I know somebody that works for Disney in Imagineering, and they even told me to my face, it's Universal's time right now.
Yeah.
Like they openly said, like, obviously their work, they just said like the stuff they're doing is incredible. Like they're being innovative. They're taking chances. Like they're kind of doing stuff that we kind of haven't seen since Disney did, the resurgence of the parks in the 90s under Eisner.
Yeah. OG and I were having a conversation about that on a live just the other day.
Well, it's interesting because Universal, they're owned by Comcast, a broadband cable company. And that element of that business is really a melting ice cube, right? So Universal's looking for the Hollywood side, the Universal side, how they can offset that business eventually, probably going
that's why
away,
they're going
right?
so heavy in the parks, is for that reason right there, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So it benefits us as park fans for sure,
Oh, yeah.
So.
All right, well, thank you, everybody, for watching, and that is going to be it for this video. So if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel, as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about all this? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.